So this deck once again was created by another streamer and myself, DW Mage. That's his streamer tag. You can find him at DW_Mage on Twitter. Excuse me, on Twitch. Very cool streamer. Streams Magic the Gathering too. Also, you should check him out. So I was in the stream, and he kept running into a whole bunch of crap. And then I said, hey man, let's try to make a no fun Esper deck. So this was the deck that we wound up working on together, interchanging cards. So we have, of course, any Esper deck you need search for Escanta. It's only if you're doing Esper control, it only makes sense. Search for Escanta allows you, of course, to scry or cipher your top cards. And then once you flip it, it allows you to look at the top 4 of your cards, get any spell, any control deck. The Escanta part is just definitely needed. No questions asked. So yeah, it's a needed card. I can't see anybody who plays Esper Control that doesn't run Search for Escanta. The next card that we put in was the Elder Spell. Now, in my case, I think Elder Spell is a card that's not needed in the main deck. I know it sounds weird. I think a lot of people are still playing a lot of aggro decks, at least in best of 1. We're going to do best of 3 next once I create the sideboard. But Elder Spell, I think this card, we will move it into the sideboard and we swap it out for Vraska's Contempt, which is a little more flexible, as you can use it not only on planeswalkers like Elder Spell, but then you can use it also on creatures. And because we're running Bolas' Citadel, it also allows us to get life back. So we don't have too many items in this deck that allow us to get life. So I definitely would probably swap out in the best of 3 version that we make this Elder Spell for the sideboard, probably for Vraska's Contempt. Next we have is 2 Dovin Veto. In the sideboard we'll probably have 2 more. Dovin's Veto is an excellent counter spell. It only counters non-creature spells, but the beauty of Dovin's Veto is once you counter it, it can't be countered. It's almost like the buck stops here type card. So you pull out something to fairy, whatever you want. That's not a creature. I Dovin's Veto it. It doesn't matter whatever you want to play. I counter your spell. You have to deal with it. Very, very, very good card. Thought Erasure. Anytime I run any Dimir colors, Thought Erasure is almost a necessity. Allows you to search your opponent's hand, choose any creature, any non-land card actually, remove it from their hand, and then also allows you to set up your next turn because you get a Surveil 1. You can look at your top card, throw it in the graveyard, decide to keep it. Thought Erasure, always run 4 of. Love the card. Now, the next newest card is Tyrant Scorn. This is coming out of the War of Sparks set. I think a lot of people are sleeping on this card, and the main reason why they're sleeping on it is because the first ability only mainly targets cost of 3 or less creatures, which is good. This is our early game removal. But the second card, the return creatures card to their hand, is an excellent card, excellent ability. As you'll see in one of our games, when they played God Eternal Kefnet, they weren't able to stabilize and start using Kefnet because of Tyrant Scorn consistently putting Kefnet back into their hand itself. So very good card, allows you to get rid of a lot of problems, and hold off until you can get that counter spell to help you out with the actual removal. Next card that we didn't really get a chance to use too much of is Ob Nixilis' Cruelty. It's a cost of 3. Yeah, maybe you could play Murder, but the problem with Murder is it requires you to have 2 swamp sources, black sources. So with this is a little bit more flexible. You only need 1 black and 2 of any other color. It gives -5/5, which is beautiful. And then the second part of it is, if a creature would die, you exile it instead, which is an excellent ability. So it allows you to get rid of a lot of those issues like Phoenixes, um, um, uh, Vanto's Bodyguard, all those annoying cards that either come back or they have like Undying. You can just get rid of them. Just get rid of them. Just the one that undestruct. Just get rid of them. -5/5. They die. They go away. The next card that we play is Absorb. As stated before, we run Bolus the Citadel. So as a counter spell, we need to gain life. We need something that helps us gain life, something that helps us sustain, especially against red decks, which like to burn you in the face a lot. So we run Absorb. It gives us 3 life, and this is not a bad counter spell. We only run 1 Teferi. Now this was a card I thought that we might put into the sideboard, but Mage convinced me that you have to run Teferi in your main deck. And the main reason, my argument for Teferi in sideboard is I think Teferi Time Raveler is a great card, but it's a great card as a counter to control decks. And the main reason why I say that is for a lot of decks, a lot of aggro decks, not a lot of them are going to play instant spells, except for maybe like the new Feather deck. Of course, that plays a lot of spells. And then maybe Red. I guess against Red too also. But it doesn't matter for Red. They'll burn you on their turn. They don't need to wait till your turn to burn you. But the reason why I say it's more of a counter spell deck is because it allows them not to be able to counter your spells. As they can only play spells whenever they can play a cast sorcery. And then also his second ability is +1 ability, which allows you to cast sorcery spells as if they have flash. So top of their draw, they have no card in their hands. Top of their draw, they draw a card. You could Thought Erasure, get rid of it. It's a beautiful, beautiful ability. And as you can see in one of our matches, the -3 ability to put a card back into their hand and allow you to draw works wonderful, especially when you have your own Teferi out. So that allows you to consistently draw 2 cards, which is very good in control deck. Even though you're cycling quickly through your deck, you still need to get the answers that you need. The next card is we run 1 Kaya. This is also another card that could probably go in the sideboard. I like Kaya. Kaya is another way for us to get life, especially against creature decks. You start exiling creatures from their graveyard, and you start to get life, which helps us once again with Bolus' Citadel. But then also when you go against those annoying Blue Temple decks, Kaya comes in. She allows you to exile their Terramanders and all those annoying 1-drop cards, so that you don't have to deal with those, forcing them to cast their spells. And then if you have something to counter it, you know, you can play it afterwards. Mortify, we're only running 2 of. As said, Mortify allows you to remove enchantment or target creature. It's another removal and allows us to target enchantments. You know, easy said. One thing you definitely need is always draw. Teferi is good draw, but you gotta be able to get them out. So until we can get Teferi out, and search for Escanta is good, but it only allows you to, you know, see your top card or get a non-creature card. So the next thing we want to draw with is Chemist's Insight. So we use Chemist's Insight to just draw, and it's a good card. It's a very good card. God Eternal Kefnet is our only creature, and the deck that's heavy in spells, you definitely want to run God Eternal Kefnet. It's going to help you out a lot. If you have Chemist's Insight, for instance, he'll clone it, and then you could cast it for only 2 as opposed to 4. Very, 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 very good card. For a lot of our cards, because a lot of our cards are 2 spells, Kefnet's not going to help us in that case. But I mean, look at that. Obnixilis Cruelty for 1. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. That's a -10 that you can apply to any creature. Very, very, very good card. And it consistently comes back. It's a card that you either have to mill or counterspell to get rid of. So, yeah, it's a good card. Definitely worth being in the deck. Kaya's Wrath is our board clear. There was another card Mage was looking for in the new set. Let me see if I can find it real quick. It is Time Wipe. So the idea was he was thinking about doing Time Wipe, but I said with what we're playing, we don't need Time Wipe. He had a different card that we wound up not playing in this deck. But I think Kaya's Wrath is a better card. It's one less, and you could play it, you know, with at 4 costs. And if you have Teferi Time Raveler, you could Kaya's Wrath during their turn, which is just beautiful to do. Just beautiful to do. Watch them cry. Teferi, anytime you have usually any type of Esper control, you're usually going to run Teferi Hero Dominaria. I hate this card with a passion. I really, really hate this card with a passion. But you got to kind of run it. He's strong. He's powerful. You got to put it in the deck. Brings us next to Bolas's Citadel, which you'll see in one of our gameplays. Bolas's Citadel is an excellent, excellent card. It's like Frenzy in red, but instead of again to just play those top cards with your lands, you play those top cards with your life, which is why we need to have what we have. But if you look at it, our highest costing card really is 6. So usually a lot of stuff that we'll play will be like 2 or 3, but a very, 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 very good, very, very good card itself. And then also it has a second ability. If you sacrifice 10 non-land permanents, each opponent loses 10 life. With Kaya, it's possible to be able to kill an opponent with both of those, but for the most part, we'll be using it just to cycle our deck and get cards into our hand and put them onto the battlefield. And last but not least, we have Liliana, Dreadhorde General. Very good card in control set. Anytime your creature dies, you draw a card, which is good for Guide Eternal Kefnet. We're not going to really get that ability too much unless her zombie creatures die. We're not going to really get that passive too much, but with Guide Eternal, think about it, he dies, he goes third from the top, you draw a card, now he's second from top, because you automatically draw a card from his death. Pretty good card. Her second ability, very, very good. Each player sacrifices 2 creatures. Very good card, especially when she first comes out and you need to clear the board and you don't have a Kaya's Wrath. And then last but not least, her ultimate for 9. Each opponent chooses a permanent they control of each permanent type and sacrifices the rest. If you have Liliana alt and then you have Teferi alt, it's pretty much game over. You go down to 1 land and then you draw a card and Teferi removes their 1 land, and there's pretty much not anything they could do about it. Yeah, except for hopefully hope that you deck out before you can actually kill him. But a very, very fun new card out of the Spark set itself. So this is pretty much Team Esper. This is the one-of version of the deck. I'm going to put in probably later when we do another video, we'll probably do a best of 3 version. So we'll have 2. This will be the best of 1 version, and then we'll swap out and then we'll show the best of 3 version, and we'll make a video of that where we swap out the other spells and some of the other cards that we feel aren't really needed, and we had to figure out what do we need to play for. I think we need to play a little bit more best of 3 to understand where the meta is going, what most people are playing. I'm sure it's still aggro. I'm sure a lot of it is Gruul, and if that's the case, we're going to want to have a lot more removal early on. But this is our Team Esper control deck. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy the matches. Oh, and real quick, our lands, typical lands. Before, one thing I want to state to people is a lot of times people will have a lot of these oh my gosh, I can't even think of it. Not Spark. Yeah, Spark lands. And these, if you control lands, and they'll just use these. It's very smart now to have at least 1 basic of whatever color you want in any decks you play. People are now starting to play Field of Ruin a lot. And if you only have these Spark lands and these dual lands themselves, and they Field of Ruin it, you're going to go down 1 land. You want to at least be able to have 1 basic land so that when they do Field of Ruin you, you can still search your deck for a land and put it in replacement for it. The next card that we do also have is Mobilized District. This is Mage's card. He's a big fan of this card. None of the games have we have yet to get Mobilized District, so I can't really make a decision on whether or not I think it's a good card or not. But I think it's not bad. Basically, the biggest selling point to it is you pay 4, and Mobilized Districts becomes a 3/3 citizen with Vigilance. Till the end of the turn, it's still a land. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each legendary creature or planeswalker you control. Pretty much all our permanents that we have are all legendary, so it's only going to benefit Mobilized District even more. So you basically, at one point, you could probably get it out there for free. So it basically becomes the land that you could play on your turn and you can consistently attack with on your turn. Or you could block. So I haven't had a chance to use it. Mage swears by this card. So I think in our best of 3 and even in our best of 1, we're going to keep this card until we can find a reason not to keep it. But yeah, that's Team Esper. I hope you enjoyed the build. Let me know what you think we need to change with Team Esper. I'm sure there's a lot of other cards a lot of new cards people are thinking about swapping out. But I wanted to go with a full control build. So this is it. Alright. Not bad, we're going to keep it. We're going to throw that down first. Then we're going to throw a Drowned Catacombs. We got the counter spell. I didn't like that hand, but so we're 1-1 right now with the deck. I'm wondering if we need more early game. Because we played 2 creature decks and we weren't able to handle it. But, of course, also it could be just a draw. Nice. They're going to get rid of our Teferi if they're smart. Yep. Nope, they're not. Which is fine. Unless he's going to do something else. Alright. We're going to throw this out there. We have another counter spell. We got a few things that we can do. This information campaign I don't like. I'm going to get rid of it. We're not going to allow them to start doing that. We're going to throw that out. We'll let it enter tap. Now they may force us to discard Teferi. If they don't, we should be good. Alright, we're gonna throw out that. I'm okay with that. Most likely, Helix. Definitely most likely. Looking at the card, most likely they're going to probably have, they're going to most likely have Vraska's Contempt. Which is fine. Well, there's no promise needed. I already know they have it. We're going to pop it out. We're going to draw it out. Kai's Wrath is telling me that we probably don't most likely need that, but we're going to hold up like we have Veto, even though we don't. But I'm okay with a Vraska's Contempt. Oh, Nico Bolas? Alright. I'm okay with that. I'm gonna get rid of playing Field of Ruin. I didn't mean to do that. Alright, whatever. I did not mean to do that. I wanted to wait, cancel that and wait, but that's fine. We're going to draw.
You know what? I'm not done yet.
Negates, maybe. Which is more important right now? I think search for a Skanta. We'll exile that. He knew he had it, so it was nothing new. He knew that he was going to get exiled. He was planning on it. He probably has another bullets to play right now. Yeah, I know. That's fine. Yep, called it. I knew he had another bullets.
Hurry.
Yeah, typical Grixis. What we'll do is... Well, we don't have any other spells, but what we'll do is we'll put him back in our hand. Put him back in the hand. We'll draw another one. Oh, do I have anything to take out Kai's? No, but we can start getting stuff out with Kai. It makes no sense to keep Kai in the hand. They're just going to replay Bolas and we're going to lose it. So we're going to start discarding. And there we go. Yep, just let her do her work. Exactly. Just let her do her work. Yep, there we go. They know that, unfortunately, that Teferi ults after that. They were in trouble. Got rid of most of our hand, but we were able to pull it off. A pretty good hand. I will definitely take this. We don't go first, which kind of sucks. But I'll take it. Only thing that's going to suck is if they thought Erasure us first. Which is possible now. Looking at a blue land. So let's see what happens. Is it? I want to say, is it? We're going to see a red land. No. Interesting. Okay. You also play Esper. Esper Control is very popular. I will say that. It is very, very popular. Interesting. So getting rid of Curious Obsession isn't going to do much. Essence Capture isn't going to work pretty much. Wizard's Retort we definitely don't like. Look at the top 3 cards. Maybe reveal any instance, or we don't like that one. I mean, we want to stop that, but we can kill him. But he does have a dive down. Let me see. Wizard spell. That's not a wizard. So what we can do is we could get rid of the dive down and hope that we can kill him with the you think the obsessions, huh? The reason why I'm going to go with the dive down is I'm hoping that we could take away his creature. I don't want him to be able to block it, and we can take it out with a Mortify. We got a lot of lands, so I'm hoping that he does 1 Curious Obsession, maybe possibly 2 if he gets greedy. He smacks us in the face. He draws 2, and then we punch him in the face with a Mortify, hoping that he doesn't draw another dive down. That's my hope. Yeah. No, I understand. But we do have Dovin's Veto later on. for his other Curious Obsession, which stops it automatically, and he can't do anything with it. So I'm hoping that he plays one and we can get rid of both creatures, the creature and the Curious Obsession, and then we still have a Dovin for the later one. That's my hope. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. We're gonna let it go. There's the second land. There's this Curious Obsession. We're gonna allow it in. We're gonna allow it. And we're going to deny it. So we could do Kefnet. He can't block it because he doesn't have enough. He definitely doesn't have enough. So I think that's what we're going to get Kefnet out now, since he's behind on lands. We're definitely going to do that. And for those who don't know, this is what Kefnet does. Basically, you reveal the first card. You draw each turn. As you draw it, whenever you reveal it, if it's instant sorcery, this card, you can copy it, and you may cast a copy. That copy costs 2 less to cast. And X is going to give it to you. And like all God cards, anytime they die or they're exiled, they're put back on the top of your deck, third from the top. The only way to really stop them is either by counterspelling them or milling them out. Very, very annoying cards. So this is going to open up an opportunity for them to get a Curious Obsession, but they choose not to. Interesting. Alright, Field of Ruin is basically useless in this deck. So, let's see. So what hurts us now? I don't think much. That was a misclick on me. I meant to actually attack. I didn't mean to hit no attack. That's a misclick on my part. I meant to punch him in the face. Do I care about Curious Obsession now at this point? Yeah, it definitely does. Decline, we got nothing. Throw out a Order of Grave right now. And we'll start punching them in the face. So on the 5-turn clock, so we'll start punching them. We have no way of taking care of creature spells, so if they play a creature spell, we're in trouble, definitely. Jin is fine. We're willing to make that trade. I don't think they're going to make that trade. They'll let us attack. Alright, Jin. So we could kill their Tempest Jin. Actually, you know what? We can reveal it. We'll copy it. It'll cost us 2 lands. Phil Roller rehearse this. Yeah, but the So here's the thing. If we veto it, at least it's open for him to Curious Obsession it. He said get greedy. You just use the real one. You said get greedy, huh? So we leave him. The problem is we leave him open now, where he can. But Field of Ruin. The problem is Field of Ruin doesn't mess with his scribe because I can't target. He doesn't have any type of non basic lands. He has all basic lands, so I can't target anything with Field of Ruin. Yeah, we're going to definitely attack in the face. Yeah, so Field of Ruin only destroys non-basic lands. Since they're blue tempo, they only play basic lands. So it's useless in this matchup. Yep, I knew he was going to do that. I suspected. He's going to try to draw, which is fine. We do have removal. Terramander, which is fine. Decline. If we don't attack, he has to attack, or else he loses. Oh, you mostly play Commander? That's awesome. So we're not going to attack this one time. And the reason why we're not going to attack is because it forces this creature has to attack because of Curious Obsession, or they lose Curious Obsession. So they have to attack. They can attack with the Terramander. That's fine. We'll take the 5. We could Kaya's Wrath. We're going to deny it, though. We could Kaya's Wrath. But we're going to decline his ability. We're going to... The problem, though, is if we... but we can always still veto his Essence Capture, so we're good. So we're going to attack. And we're going to Kaya's Wrath, clear the board. We're going to let our guy come back. And we'll throw out Field of Ruin just because. He's not going to quit yet, but he probably will. Oh, 2 Dovins. Love it. Love it. Love it. So now we just gotta find an answer. That's fine. Yeah. I like Kefnet. I think he helps out a lot, especially. Ooh. Oh yes. Oh yes. They counter. Yeah, veto only does non-creature. Correct. So they counter Wizard's Retort, and then we veto. Hey, it's a strong card. You gotta limit it. If you could do everything with Dovin's Veto at two costs, yeah, that it would be totally broken. The card would be so broken. All right, so we can we'll Kefnet. They'll Essence Capture. They know we know he has. They know we know they have essence capture. So unless they have 2, they're in trouble. Nope, they don't. Yes, a lot better than negate. A lot better than negate. Okay, okay, okay. 2-turn clock. So typically, what we could do is we cost 2 less. The 2 less is going to cost us the same amount. Do we need 2? Sure, we'll review it. Why not? Yep, goodbye. And yeah, we'll take that. And there goes the quit. I did not believe in the heart of the cards. Oh man. We have 2 Field of Ruins in the deck, but we were never able to do what we needed to do to take care of it. That's alright. But yeah. I was trying to figure out a way, but no matter which way I thought about it, they always had 1. They always had 1. That was the problem. Yeah, we'll keep this. We go first. Yeah, that's fine. We hold up Tyrant Scorn to see what else they have, and then hopefully we could get some more lands for Teferi or Kefnet. Yeah, that was another thing I needed too. We'll put that up so we have Tyrant Scorn. And yeah, we're good. Pass the turn. Opt. Throw anything down the bottom? No, they kept it. Alright. Thought Erasure? Yep, called it. So they get rid of, most likely, Teferi. Actually, they should probably get rid of Kefnet. There's ways they can handle Teferi, but Kefnet, they need to discard. Because if I get Kefnet out, they're going to have a problem dealing with it. They're not going to be able to get rid of it unless they can counter it. Yep, there you go. Smart move. That is the move I would have made. So they see our hand, they know our hand. Nice. We get Thought Erasure them. Let's see what we get. See what they have. Vraska's Contempt, the only thing we were scared of. And another Thought Erasure? Oh my, yes, we'll take that. We'll probably use it to get rid of Notion's Reign. Never mind, they used it. They draw 2. And we'll definitely do that. Oh, they got another Thought Erasure. Yeah, we're not doing that. Lily, sure. We need more lands, though. One more, we get Teferi out. They do have ways of drawing into an answer for Teferi. Yep, they're going to start digging. Let it not be a black source and let it not be a Thought Erasure. Okay. No land. Yet. And it is a black source. And it's not a Thought Erasure. Okay. Oh, that's right. Because we went with Lily, because we got greedy. We should have went for the land source. Oh my gosh. That was bad on my end. I should have threw Lily into the graveyard and tried to go for a land for Teferi. Damn it. That was the problem on our end. That doesn't help. Land droughts are not helping us. Go away, Scorpion. We need a land. They're getting all their lands. Oh, we have Anger the Magic Gods. They are upset. We threw away one of their gods, Kefnet, and now we are facing their wrath. Yes. Yes, we have a lot of stuff. We're screwed. We're screwed this one. We're way behind. They have a good grip. They know everything in our hand. We don't know what 4 of their cards are. Oh, how nice of you. You give it to me now. How nice. I'm sure one of those cards is a counter spell. Yeah. I'm sure one of them are a counter spell. We need another thought erasure. I think that's 3 of their thought erasures. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Beautiful. Return him back to their hand. Hope that we draw. Now, I can tell you right now, as soon as I play Lily, they're going to counter it. 99% sure they're going to counter it. And it's going to probably be a disdainful stroke. Or a negate, but I think it's going to be a disdainful stroke. Let's see. Nope, no counter. I'll take it.
Your corpse will make an excellent minion. Putrid, but effective.
Wow, I thought they had something. Vraska's Contempt. Yep. That's fine.
Looks like you're on your own now.
Yep. Dovin's veto doesn't help. Not yet, not now. But we will return him back to their hand. We need a regular counter spell. So when I get rid of God Eternal Kefnet. That's pretty nasty. I did not want to discard 4 cards. We Kaya's Wrath, and we pray we get a counter spell. We pray we get a counter spell within the next 2-3 turns. Sure, let's pray we get a counter spell. Let's pray. Otherwise, we're in trouble. Another Kaya's Wrath, which is fine. Field of Ruin, which is perfect. That gets rid of it. So now we reshuffle as Kefnet, because you're forced to take a regular land, and it shuffles your deck. Beautiful. Beautiful. We'll take a swamp. Beautiful. So Kefnit's gone for now. Meh. That's fine. So we got one Liliana and we have one Teferi. That's fine. We have 3. Oh wow, we have a Chemisters. Oh, we finally get a... That's nice. We don't have to play the Kaya yet. We'll see if he plays any other creatures or anything else. But we're not in any rush right now. He takes us to 17, he takes us to 13, we're still okay. Let's get rid of that. They have a counter spell. They do have a counter. They're holding up something. Well, Chemisters next turn. At the end of their turn. We'll see what we get. But yeah, they're definitely holding up a counter spell. We need a Dovin, if anything. Okay. 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 We play that, he plays that, he masters it to 5, we can't counter it. We're gonna let it go. Thirteen's good, we'll get rid of that. And then we'll hold the land to Chemisters Insight into their turn. Chart a course, which is fine. Notion Rain, which is fine. They're down to 24 cards. 22 cards after they draw. 21 cards. We played our last I do not want that out there. We're gonna let that go. I know it seems crazy to get rid of that. but I did not want that card out there. We're going to do this on our turn in case if we get a planeswalker we like. And we don't. We don't. Alright. So next turn we will, I guess we will Citadel, and then we'll see what we want to do. Kefnet. Beautiful. Oh, finally. Search for Escanta. Winner and tap. Our next land is a fucking land. That fucking blows. They're gonna return it to our hand. If they do it, then we'll Kaya's Wrath. Or maybe they'll do for Search for Escanta. We'll take the 4. Fucking land. So Teferi will put us at 5. We'll put us at 7. We'll do it. We'll draw Absorb. We know what it is. We'll draw it.
Let's skip to the good part.
Ho ho. We got Lily. We'll get Lily through here. And then we'll Kaya's Wrath. And then he's going to return it to his hand. He's going to return it to his hand. Amass 1. And then we'll counter it. And then it'll be gone. And then we can start doing Teferi. I think we're doing pretty good. Yep, I'm okay with that. Which is fine. We could play that, but we're not. We'll counter it. That's fine. They'll get rid of Lily, which is fine. I would like to get Lily, but it is what it is. That's their last thought erasure. Let's see, that should be their last one. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's their last thought erasure. I'm okay with that. That's fine. We need life. Let's get past that land.
Sorry I'm late.
Draw a card.
Hold that thought.
Play him. We got enough.
I have the mic.
Next. Now we need to start popping them in the face. And we got it. Yes. Yes. Whew. Long Demir versus Esper. Long fight, but yes, we come out victorious.